Hello and welcome to another edition of Frightfully Forgotten's Trash or Treasure, and today we're doing another Patreon request.
That's right,
we're
knocking
these
them
hard, right?
Yeah, knocking them out of the park.
This is a request by one of our Patreon members. Alex Caligaropoulos would like us to cover 1984's, sometimes they say 1983's,
Yeah, depends.
Soul Survivor. But before we get going, what are we drinking?
Drinking the Dark Crystal Munich Dunkel.
If you want us to cover a movie of your request, feel free to join us on Patreon. That's one of the perks of being a member. Soul Survivor is directed by Tom Eberhardt, and he directed, right after this movie, Night of the Comet, which is a fantastic 80s zombie film. You watch this movie, and then you see Night of the Comet, and you can't even notice it's the same director.
Yeah, it's like, what happened here?
Stylistically, it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's like, he's got a stamp on Night of the Comet. Not so much on this.
No.
He also directed and wrote Captain Ron.
Yeah! Right, all us 90s kids will know that. Remember that coming on TV and like, you had to watch it because it was Kurt Russell?
And all the moms wanted to watch it because
Yeah.
they're all hot for Kurt Russell.
He was in good shape back then.
He was, he still is, you know.
Yeah. Karen Larkey is in this, and she was in Get Out. Anita Skinner is in this, too.
Soul Survivor starts out, and it's the opening credits, right? And it's really eerie. It's like this girl all alone on a bus. These shots of these mannequins in the showroom windows, but it's empty and there's no one around. It's night. It's creepy.
Yeah.
This girl is really uneasy on the bus, and you can tell she's uncomfortable. Then it shows this plane taking off. Suddenly, there's seats and bodies, like, in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And you see this man cut in half with his guts hanging out.
It's a cool scene.
And it shows that same woman that was on the bus, like, sitting in these airplane seats all by herself. Then this other woman wakes up, and she's had this dream about all this. Calls like her agent.
What the hell? What the hell is that? Who the hell is this? What the hell do you want?
He's all disgruntled. It's late at night. She's asking for the phone number of this other woman, Denise, who is like overseeing this commercial that's being shot that she's gonna be in.
Yeah.
Wants her number to warn her not to take a certain flight. He's like, whatever, The guy hangs up the phone, doesn't say a thing. This woman who made the phone call is this kind of like washed up actress, Carla Davis, who's trying to make a bit of a comeback by doing commercials. We then see Denise getting on a plane. The girl from the dream, you know, she was never warned. She actually gets on this plane, and the plane ends up crashing, and she ends up being the sole survivor. Everyone else died. She's being overseen by this doctor. They're already hitting it off, right away.
More from her side.
Yeah,
she's all super flirting.
Flirting with him. He mentions to her in the hospital to be aware that a lot of people who are in her situation suffer from what's called survivor syndrome, where they feel guilt for being the only survivor. And it actually drives a lot of people to suicide because they feel unworthy of being alive. And on her way out, she's kind of going through like where the ambulances come in and dock.
An ambulance!
Sees this little girl standing there dripping with water, and then notices there's an ambulance backing towards her, and she gets out of the way and slams into the docking bay.
Yeah, close call.
Then she looks in the driver's seat and no one's there.
The ambulance.
The ambulance.
An ambulance!
Ambulance.
Her neighbor drives her home, and you kind of get the sense that her neighbor's much younger.
Way younger. Like almost half her age.
Yeah, and lives
like...
with her parents and is a bit of a party animal, right? And it actually invites all these girls over later to, like, you know, let's meet the survivor.
Yeah, she's also a minor celebrity.
She gets a phone call from the doctor, Brian. Oh, let me put you on hold. Lays in bed and like getting all hot and bothered talking to this Brian on the phone as he's cooking beans on the stove.
Some lame ass thing. Beans.
They go on their date at the park, and she's super macking on him, like hard. Like, this broad is fucking horny as hell. Come back to my house now, basically. And she sees, like, this weird old man staring at her.
Yeah, she hears her name being called too.
Denise, you know, and he doesn't look like he really belongs in the park with everyone else. Denise is driving to the commercial shoot that she's overseeing, and she's going down the highway and sees this guy standing there, right in the middle of the road, the highway, and like swerves to miss him, gets out and gives him a piece of her mind.
Yeah.
And the guy's just standing there staring at her.
Carla, who was having all these premonitions of Denise, she's trying to get her career going again by doing this commercial. She can't quite make the scene. She can't get it down. And after like over 100 takes, it's like fucking crazy.
Because she keeps staring at Denise.
Denise follows her out and catches her on the stairwell. Carla proceeds to tell her that she has a psychic ability. Proves it by telling Denise, well, did my agent phone you and tell you not to get on that flight? And she's like, no, nobody told me anything. I got on the flight anyways. I didn't die. I didn't see you die.
I also didn't see you not die.
Yeah, yeah. She also says that it'll keep hunting you, and anyone who gets in the way of this will be dealt with. Denise starts hearing her name being called even more, and she goes into the parkade. She gets attacked again by somebody that's strange. The guy just barely gets his hand in the door, and the door's closed. And she's seeing people at the top of the escalator that are staring at her too. So she's all upset by all of this stuff, and she actually goes to her neighbor's house, the young girl there, Christy.
Her parents are away.
Yeah, and while Christy's actually having a nice game of strip poker with her friends there.
That nerdy guy, that nerdy kid. Good for him. Good for that fucking nerdy kid, man.
Yeah, well, the one chick takes her bra off, so
yeah.
Hey, he's got that. What are you staring at exactly? Nothing.
Yeah, he's staring at. He knows what he's staring at.
Denise ends up crashing the party, and basically everybody gets up and leaves.
What a bitch.
Yeah,
crashes the strip poker party.
She all has a drink and passes out too, and everything.
Like, what a bitch. You show up at a party, crash it, and then pass out.
Why don't you do that in your own fucking house? She phones up her friends, and she's gonna go to another party. And she sees the door to Denise's house open, goes next door to investigate, and she gets attacked by that same old man that Denise almost ran off the road. And she gets drowned in the swimming pool. So Denise wakes up at Christy's house. You can see the doorknob jiggling too, like the guys outside. And she phones the cops. The police come down and they can't find anybody. And she gives a description of the guy, and it turns out being the description of the same guy who she almost ran off the road previously. Brian pulls some strings because he knows people. Talks to the coroner. They found the guy dead in his car and he was soaking wet. All of his blood has pooled to his feet like he's been up walking around. Blood should have pooled differently, right? And he shouldn't be wet. Denise has been staying at Brian's place, so she ends up taking a cab back to her house. The cab driver's all weird. He's all listening to some weird fucking some program, like, how do you please your man, and all. And he's all like trying to mac on her too.
How do you please your man?
It's all awkward and shit. Drops her off at her house, drives off, but he ends up seeing Christy at the side of the road. Hey baby, do you need a ride? Brian comes across the cab. Denise is back at her place, and lo and behold, who's there with her is Christy. That's where we're gonna end the plot. So if you want to see what happens with Denise, keep watching 1984's or 83's Soul Survivor.
But is it trash or treasure?
Well,
let's start with the treasure.
Yeah. So the treasure solely, pun intended, rests on the idea of the movie. It's a really wicked idea. Death is stalking you. You have a number.
Yeah.
And when your number is up, that's it.
And if you narrowly escape that number, it's gonna get you quicker than you think, you know?
Yeah.
If this sounds familiar, it's because Final Destination totally ripped off this idea in a slightly different way, you know, more of a 90s hokey way.
Yeah.
And this movie tried to do it in a very serious, thoughtful way. Same idea, two different movies, two different takes. The acting for this movie is pretty damn good, actually. Like, everyone in it's pretty solid, even when it comes to the comedic things. Because there are some comedic aspects in this. Eerie, thriller aspects, and the comedic aspects. Everyone kind of does their job to get that across.
That's right. The comedy doesn't overshadow anything,
No.
right, in the movie. It's extremely subtle.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's what you need in a movie like this. You can't have a serious idea of death stalking you and then have it all jokey. It just wouldn't work.
Well, it works in Final Destination, but it's a different take.
It's a completely different tone of a movie.
That's right. That's funny how it works that way, right?
The atmosphere, too, for this movie is actually quite good. Again, it helps to drive home the idea, right? It's a serious idea, so the atmosphere is kind of dark and brooding.
The lighting is great, especially in the final act, and the opening act is great. And the camera work is really good too, the way it kind of weaves its way throughout the settings. Denise's house. Big fucking house,
She's got
right?
a nice house.
And the way the camera kind of moves its way through up the stairs and all that kind of stuff, it's great. Final act is fantastic. Nails it home, you know? You gotta wait a bit to get there, but when you get there, you're glad you got there.
It makes watching the whole movie worth it,
Yeah.
right? Which is what it's supposed to do. That's why you watch the goddamn movie.
But that'll bring us to the trash.
That's right.
And that is how we get to the final act. The pacing, the general pacing of this movie is pretty piss poor.
Yeah, it's overall it's too slow. A lot of scenes drag in this movie. And there's a lot of scenes that go nowhere.
There's no escalation. It flatlines. It's like the intro is cool, it flatlines, you got the final act, but there's no...
Yeah, no slow ramp.
Yeah, it doesn't, like you know, like a roller coaster getting up to that first, you know?
Yep.
It doesn't do that. It's like an hour of her seeing old guys staring at her.
And then a lot of this romance shit too that's going on. It's like, let's get moving here. Let's keep it together.
Yeah.
Could you get on with it? Will you keep it together?
Can we keep it together here?
Will you keep it together?
There's too much useless plot points in this movie
Yeah.
that bogs it down. And it's like, then it starts to get boring. You start to look at the time. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't really care that much about Denise and Brian's romance
Yeah.
here. I would have rather this movie was mostly Denise walking through the park, say, and seeing that old guy.
Or finding out why these things are happening to her.
Yeah, exactly. Have her do more of an investigation.
That doesn't happen. There's no real explanation, no, like, let's find out why. Obviously, Final Destination is very much like this movie. And there's that iconic scene where Tony Todd
Oh, yeah.
explains all that shit. This movie kind of needed that.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
needed that Tony Todd moment where it's like, this is why this is happening. And it kind of happens in that stairwell, but not. It's very vague. It's some very vague bullshit.
Brian, because he's the one who's doing the investigative side of this, figuring out what the dead bodies are or
Yeah.
what's happening.
But not why.
But not why.
Not
Yeah,
why. We
there's
need
no-
the why. You need the why.
Yeah, yeah,
In a
it's
movie
like-
this. You need the why. Like even the ending. Like, so at the end, the coroner's like doing his thing, and this body gets up, and it's like, well, why is he after the coroner?
I know, which
That makes no sense.
if they would have did a proper why,
Yeah.
then you'd know.
Maybe you get that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you know, would have made sense. What I would have liked is if Denise hears all the stuff from Brian about the dead bodies and stuff, and holy shit, these dead bodies are obviously walking around. Well, why? Okay. Then Denise goes to the library, right?
Yeah.
You got a typical library thing going on.
get the
She
library scene,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You got to get the microfiche thing going on and stuff. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
So this movie really shit the bed for explanation, pacing, really a lot of missed opportunities. Like, ooh, This movie also had a lot of missed opportunities. Like, there's several scenes where you can see it should go this way.
Yeah, yeah.
And then nothing happens. Or like it's edited or cut in a weird way. Like when she sees the guy on the highway, fucking swerves to miss him.
Yeah.
And I pictured it happening one way in my brain. And it happened in a really lame way on film. And it's like, there's no close call, no screeching tires. There's just like,
Yeah.
like a lot of missed opportunities in this movie.
Yeah, every scene in this movie is a great idea, but they didn't quite know how to execute
The delivery.
Yeah,
They
like-
shat the bed on the delivery.
exactly, like to make it scary or creepy, right? I don't mind a lot of dialogue, but there's a lot of dialogue in this movie that's pretty much useless.
It's just all about the romance and
I know.
flirting
and it bogs the movie down again, right? And it's like, nah, let's get past that.
Let's keep it together.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie came out in like 83, 84. And it's like it's done in the fucking 70s.
Right.
But not in a good way. Like in a lame fucking way. It's like all this lame 70s like music.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that in a Muzak way.
Like, what is this? Like, this should be like fucking some good like synth music, some new wave music. Everyone's dressed like they're in the 70s. It's like
yeah.
dated when it shouldn't be dated. Like in
Yeah.
84, this should not look the way it looks.
Yeah,
at all.
I could see if the movie, roll it back 2-3 years. 81, 82.
It can kind
okay?
of ride that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not 83, 84. You're
No.
into the 80s now, man.
And then you watch Night of the Comet, you're like, that's a fucking 80s movie.
The super 80s.
Like the same year as this movie. Like what
I know.
happened? What was lost in translation here? I don't get it.
It's almost like he watched his own movie and was like, yeah, we gotta...
I shit the bed.
yeah, we
I
gotta
shit the bed.
contemporize,
Yeah.
like...
Like, yeah, it was like I was watching a 70s movie, but it was made in the almost mid 80s, and that should not be a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's unacceptable.
Yeah. Soul Survivor, trash or treasure?
Well, you know what? For all the bitching that we've done, I still think it's a treasure.
It's still treasure, because the idea gets past all the shit that we just mentioned.
Yeah, I really like the idea. I gotta give it a pass. It's...
If it was shot in 1975, it would be treasure, no problem.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But the fact that it's like a decade behind what it should be
a decade.
really hurts the movie.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that, the idea really catapulted the whole Final Destination series.
Yeah,
That says something, right?
exactly, yeah. I mean, they did it before these other newer modern movies. It's like, I don't know.
And did it more serious.
Yeah.
Not as jokey as Final Destination, even though Final Destination took an idea and ran with it like big time.
Exactly,
They talked
yeah.
about taking the ball and running. They did that.
Yeah.
This movie dropped the ball, and Final Destination picked up the ball and ran, right?
Exactly, yeah.
They get a good score for at least having the ball to drop.
Having a ball. One ball. And until next time, keep drinking.
And dropping your balls.